Hello everyone, Agion here with another DoW3 replay. So on the left side as the Space Marines, we have Spectre, a veteran player of the Command & Conquer Kane's Wrath game. I wasn't sure how to finish off that sentence. Either way, these Tactical Marines are moving awfully... Oh wait, he has the Tactical Marines increase speed when not in combat. That is something important to know, and he's going to be facing his opponent, the Orc player, I should mention, AlwayzLame. This is quite important. This is more like MOBA style strategy since most MOBAs prefer mobility. And this is quite important. He's actually going to spot this Wog Tower immediately when trying to be set up the front line. Wog Towers, of course, are the tech structures and a turret structure. That's why he's pulling it right there. He will actually completely destroy it. That is very important. We'll also drop the banner for the knockback to allow these Tactical Marines to escape. Actually, no, there's the drop pod also. This is the original Attack Marine squad. This is the drop pod one because you can see the shield. So there are two Attack Marines out on the field. The boys are trying to go in to chop these guys down with their choppers. But, I'm sure, of course, machine is slow. Looks like the servitor tried to go in to stop them, but he gets absolutely demolished. We do have a Orc observation post, not a Wog Tower up here, or defense, and of course even a bit of requisition. We do in fact have a flamer upgrade. It was briefly fired. I just really like how the flamers, well, the Kill Team Iron Maw has the flamer constantly firing. This squad, adds ability, even though it says fires a continuous stream of direction, or at least when you get the upgrade, it gives him the ability to do it. So so for me, it's just used to any Dawn of War 2 and Company Heroes 2, even Dawn of War 1. Spectre is a slot item, not an accessory weapon. Looks like the shield generator is getting hit by these boys. Any little bit of damage really does help, and this boys squad will in fact get killed. This squad should perhaps fall back. Instead, he's going to send that one out to death. He will spot these Ard boys. For a long time, I thought they were Arid, but they're Ard. That possibly makes it one little word, I guess. But it is Ard boys, and he will not actually get that one member. He can go ahead and retreat that back, get all that resources. Another that was actually power. He denies the power right there. Very nice. Shield generator is approaching half health. And what do we have here? A boys hut, not big surprise. Wog tower. This is pretty much, pretty much standard. Wog tower, boys. Of course, it's quite early in the game. Can't really get too much variety. You could always get some Ludas or some Shootas. Looks like this resource tower will, in fact, observation posts will get cleaned up. There's only 2 Gretchens here for repairs. I'm not exactly sure in this game. Bonesing and Servitor are both 1-man squad. Gretchens are 4-man squads. I'm not exactly sure. Oh, do got a nice flamer on the Ard boys. I'm not sure if one member or all the members, if it goes to repair speed by per member or by all the members. We do got a Kill Team Iron Maw being deployed, most likely instantly to the flamer, yes, as expected. And we do got some Storm Boys jumping on down onto the Kill Team Iron Maw. Duke looks like have this requisition generator getting cleaned up, and he will use the suicide bomber. If you think it's going to have an A at the end of the word, just attach an A. But he will clean up the requisition. He will clean up this power. So he is doing a great amount of harassment. He has 2 power here. A lot of power, actually. Not any requisition points. It looks like this Storm Boy is severely damaged now. He needs to fall back and get some health. We'll gauge up these attack marines in melee. However, there's another attack marine squad here, so they should be win out. And I'm a bit thirsty. Let me just reach down and grab my drink. I always keep a spare couple bottles with nearby. Looks like the banner is ready. He will in fact have the Emperor's influence have more banners, and this vortex grenade ever so potent.
We've captured a point.
And we also do have the Predator Shield Bulletin. I love the Predator Annihilators or Destructor. There's two of them. Destructors, I always get these two confused. I think Destructors are anti-tank, Annihilators are anti-infantry, or anti-everything else. Because even while it's not specialized versus vehicles, it can still more than punch its weight versus vehicles and do a significant amount of damage versus units. That's why I like this. When I play the game, I like to spam those guys out. They just do a lot of damage. With proper micro, just go ahead and fall them back. Ooh, stick bombs from this shooter, boys. And with that flamer there, it's really hard to engage that elite unit. It has such a powerful AoE attack. Do got a bit of an early Tier 2 stronghold, and we do also have a WOG, a rock concert pretty much going off. But it's more probably he's expecting attack, but however, he's not going to be attacked. He's starting to reinforce his units. Storm Boys still needs to give him a lot of health. So now these guys do have the increased mobility and fighting capabilities thanks to the WOG concert. Now he probably just starts pushing forward, perhaps going to eye for these 2 power. And still only power, no requisition, just... Oh, never mind. You will take out that observation post while it's being built. Very good timing, mostly on the lucky side. And we'll clean up those 2 power points. As I suppose it's finally time for him to do economic damage in return. Looks like he's going to use these Ard boys to capture up and use these shooters to go ahead and start shooting up the generator. Storm boys are being chased by these 3 tacks. Looks like the Tier 2 stronghold is now online. We got the suicide bomber. Looks like he largely missed. Oh. Where do those shooters go? Oh, the shooters are right here. Did a bit of damage to the generator, but relatively insignificant amount. The Team Iron Maw is getting hang up in melee. The shooters go ahead and start laying in. They do in fact have the stick bombs. Looks like the attack marines are in force in melee. I believe the attack marines are much better in melee than shooters, so they probably actually would win out, even though they sustained quite a bit of damage already. Suicide Bomber goes in, does get a very good stun, but can he capitalize upon it? Ardvor is still tying up the Kill Team Iron Maw in melee. It looks like they were trying to retarget, but there's this one model stuck inside the other 2 models, creating a bit of bad pathing for both sides. Kill Team Iron Maw, this guy is just trapped and pinned, so he could go ahead and just start retreating back. 1 model's fine. Oh, that's all you need. He looks like he will initiate the recall. Looks like this resource point was cleaned up.
Preparing, sir. A weak enemy force has engaged us. Wouldst thou cast the holy standard?
Oh, the banner's up, so he can make another good, powerful push after he reinforces these attack marines. He does, so far, just a lot of attacks. Of course, with the passive out-of-combat sprint, he will give him great mobility to initiate better flanks and counterattacks. There's a Gretchen will in fact stealth right there. He will in fact save the Gretchen. He could go ahead and start putting down the turret down. Yeah, but take 1 model. Actually, it looks like there's only 1 model, so it builds at full speed. Battle phase escalation 2 has initiated, so both sides just get increased income. So the kill team has been called in. There is a truck out on the field. Chaplain Diomedes is his next potential call-in. He needs one more elite point, which he's about 100 seconds away.
The standard flies.
Banner is dropped down a bit premature. There's only this Commando. The Commando is, of course, equipped with a big shotgun, has 2 boomstick. He is going to lay down a stun mine. Stun mine will be detonated shortly. We'll stun all these nearby units. You got the war truck. However, the war truck is going straight underneath the drop pod. It is going to get hit by orbital strikes from the banner. We'll kick out the Commando thanks to the truck. And a very potent vortex grenade. Pretty much stunning this entire army. Storm Boys will in fact get out. The Commando's going to go in, has that massive AoE shots. It will take some time for him to reload. He does also lay down another stun trap like he really needs to do at this moment. That war truck instantly went down. Some of you remember that the banner will at Battle Phase 1, of course, gives nearby units a shield. Battle Phase 2 will give him the Stronghold tool. Will give him the passive orbital strikes, miniature orbital strikes, and level 3 will give him, of course, passive healing.
Upgrading Stronghold to Tier 3.
Stronghold to Tier 3 already?
We have engaged a weak
That is quite early, which of course will give him this powerful banner because he uses that quite often. Chaplain Diomedes is now out on the field, letting the lead by example. And I was saying before, now he of course gains a more powerful banner. He can also get his annihilators that he definitely will be eyeing for. In fact, I don't even see... He does have the arsenal. He already has the machine called up, so he is definitely going to eye for Predator annihilators. Actually, Destructors are the one good against vehicle infantry. Annihilators are good versus vehicles. Pretty much only good against vehicles, while the Destructor is good pretty much against everything. You got these power points once again getting cleaned up.
A power generator is ready.
Those are do got a Wog Tower rock concert being initiated. In a good time, he's going to be he should be in range. You can see that shield effect reaches out all to hear about. So most likely will affect these nearby units, giving a very potent advantage to him when engaging this combat. He's also getting some good damage onto Chaplain Diomedes, but now he's going to get that passive shield. These units are not affected by the Wog concert. However, the truck I think was out of range. He is approaching turret range. The turret does have this range. And we've got these elite units starting to create havoc with these attack marines. Kill Team Iron Maw, main back go down. War truck also goes down. Ooh, Kill Team Iron Maw is still in fact alive. Chaplain Diomedes is close to death himself. You may want to try use his powerful support abilities. The Commando is down reloading his weapon. We'll get a very good shot. We'll get Kill Team Iron Maw. If he gets some very good hits, he can start doing some massive damage. Though he's running a bit low health on himself. If he just loads up his weapons, we'll do a stun trap there. Very good damage. We'll wipe out one of the squads. Looks like the Storm Boys healed up and then made their way down to the shield generator, completely destroying it. Very nice. While one engagement was happening in another area. The standard's once again available, and he just pretty much got done with his previous engagement, so there's a bit of a mistiming there, because he couldn't call that in for this last fight, but now he'll be able to.
We've let slip a vital resource point.
Still only 3 power. This point has been cleaned up. Nobody's built a elite point generated there. The Orc player has the 2 requisition power up here for quite a bit of time. So you could always upgrade the activated resource point.
Tactical Marines are in position to commence deep strike.
So we've got some TAC Marines now available on, well, Deep Strike. He could go ahead and start filling them up at different spots, but he's been running low on manpower, well, requisition and manpower. We've also got another rock concert being initiated. Mid-aim vicious placing down generator down there without any defense. We'll get cleaned up. We got another war truck. It is upgraded with the armored cab. Temporary gains a shield.
Orbital bombardment ready to commence on your orders.
You can always call him some orbital bombardment. That may be, if he can immediately destroy this army, that may actually be quite potent, but it takes quite a bit of time for those nukes to come down. We got some TAC Marines also to assist Chaplain Diomedes. More TAC Marines starting to roll on forward. Tank Busters will in fact get cleaned up, and we got some knobs. He's going to initiate a taunt very soon. Wait, is that the orbital strike? Yes, that is in fact the orbital strike being called in. We'll claim those units. We do got the hard boys and knobs here. But of course, they're getting healed up by the Spanner because he's at Stronghold 3, giving him very good defensive capability, though he's a bit now very far away from any elite points of Imperial Knight Solaris.
Predator Destructor readying for drop.
Predator Destructor is going to be researched by a drop pod,
Pod readying.
and also getting Death Storm drop pod. Very interesting.
Demolished your ranks.
So he's going to eye for his next engagement with the Annihilator, and the Deathstorm drop pod is going to drop in the middle of his opponent's combat group. Those banners still on sniff and cooldown. There'll be a bit of time before that's up and ready. Looks like knobs are inside this vehicle. We also got a couple Ard boys, a lot of melee units. Storm boys going in for a very powerful stun. We'll get Kill Team Iron Maw at this rate. Won't be able to recall. We'll do a suicide bomb to stun these nearby units. Enough to allow these Ard boys to go ahead and start using them with melee. We'll actually manage to save this Wog Tower, which of course we'll just give him additional gun. He can always initiate another Wog Concert just to extend the buff in this engagement.
Destructor is fueled, armed, and awaiting the drop.
Also, we do got the Annihilator being dropped in. The Annihilator has no counters at the moment. There was a Tank Buster before, but that got cleaned up. You got some plasma guns, a huge wave of plasma guns. The Ork Commando will in fact finish off Diomedes. Now he's going to need a lot of... He's going to need some AT. He's going to go up for vehicle health up 1. You are going to see something being built here. Can't really see because I'm currently viewing the other player. A couple tank busters, that's exactly what he needs. He will have a grand total of 2. Yeah, just 2. I saw this one here. That was just the one that just got built. Shield generator is starting to get hit. The commandos are trying, well, the storm boys are trying to do something, but they're having a bit of trouble. So note this power generator is when complete up, the servitor will find this turret. He won't be able to do much. I think the commandos just entirely went down. Nope, that was just a suicide bomber. They still have 2 members left, so you can send 1 for a suicide bombing run. Ork knobs jumping behind the TAC Marines will taunt all these units. That's huge. Kill Team Iron Maws just got finished off. It looks like we're going to see a stun trap. And you got Deathstorm drop pod. Does get dropped and didn't do all too much effect. Annihilator is getting, well, Destructor is going to getting hit quite a bit. We'll get hit by another landmine. These Ork knobs are just pinning them down, preventing any movement, and will in fact clean it up at the beginning of Escalation Phase 3. We got some TAC Marines sprinting back home. They're already considered out of combat, so they have heightened movement speed.
Wouldst thou cast
Now the banner comes up, which he really needed it before, but too late now to complain about that. A brief moment of quiet, and there is the commando inside this bush who could get some very nice flanks off. Orc knobs being launched in. There is this turret. We'll buy some time. We do have reinforcing tac marines, and do of course one of them has a plasma gun. He does have enough power for an annihilator. But he is going to eye to destroy this turret.
A power generator has been destroyed.
So there's some sort of scan coming off. He's trying to find the commando. The commando's up in this bush. We got this annihilator now ready. He does have enough power for another annihilator. Ooh, get a nice stun shot there. But thanks to the shield generator, well, immobilized anyways. But thanks to the shield generator, he will go ahead and shrug off the blow and reheal. We do got mega knobs out in the field. You don't really see these guys too often. They of course do have the combi rockets. Basically fire homing rockets, causes slow and damage. Each shot removes the charge. So temporary, and use scrapping to gain the charges back.
Southward. A new drop pod bay is online. Our infantry is felled.
Our infantry is felled. May have been just servitor being cleaned up. It looks like this turret will get hit. He's initiating this wall concert very early to allow the pack buff to these nearby units. You got a number of tank busters here. Chaplain Diomede is out on the field, ready to lead by example. Eyeing for a stun trap, but he will get the annihilator. In fact, he gets interrupted thanks to the banner. The banner is dropped down. There is a Predator annihilator out on the field for anti-vehicle damage. And we do got the electric wall now being deployed by the Mega Knobs. Chaplain Diomedes most likely will in fact go down, but these units are trying to protect him. Looks like we got a big track out on the field with super cannon. It is upgraded, so now there's at least 9 mines after firing. Looks like the wall tower will get cleaned up, all those resource points. A bit of a loss, but it has paid off in the end. 2 big tracks now out on the field, so he will have some artillery.
Tactical marines readying for drop.
The banner did expire. Do got the commando potentially in a good flank position, but the wounded squads are up here, so you won't get any squad wipes anytime soon. We got pushed forward by the big track. We'll clean up that squad quite decisively, and he is going to call in an orbital strike out on the field. The orbital strike is in a very, very powerful position. We'll wipe pretty much all these units. We got some TAC Marines available by drop pod. We also got some rocks being called on down. We'll claim one of these TAC Marines. Chaplain Diomedes has initiated the last stand. Big track's doing some good damage close range. We do got these 2 predators also here. A lot of armor on both sides. The big rocks, big ones came down, doing significant amount of damage to the Annihilator and to the Destructor. They have sustained a huge amount of damage. He's going to need multiple servitors to get that repaired up, while these big tracks are relatively unscathed.
A power generator endures an attack. Securing vehicles.
Looks like a layer of mines going to go ahead and start warding away any advances. Very nice.
Tactical Marines are in position to commence deep strike. A shield generator endures an attack.
These
Servitor deployed.
Predator tanks, he is starting to get a lot of servitors out now, or at least has 2, or we'll have 2 more.
Servitor deployed.
I just realized he lost all of his TAC Marines, while his opponent still has a significant amount of force. Both his shield generators are now down. That is a bit of a problem. But he does have 3 tanks, though 2 of them are severely damaged. So he does have the armored advantage, just not the numbers advantage. This Predator tank needs to stop moving so it can get repaired, or task the servitors to repair this tank. He needs slight air and management. We most likely will not see Imperial Knight Solaris in this fight. He's far from the elite point. He's probably going to have to force his next 4 elite points on a nuke.
A servitor is en route.
There you go, he'll now actually repair this guy up. It will take a significant amount of time, however.
Vehicle weaponry.
We got enough scrap to toss them choppers.
That's handy.
Let's see, what does the Orc player have? He has all of his elite units out, so all of his elite points can now be focused on the rocks. He has a significant amount of tank busters, which of course they do have most of them have the squigs anyways. Does have 3 big tracks, so he will have a lot of armor of his own. And he already destroyed this shield generator. In fact, with all these space structures, he knows his opponent really hasn't gone up this direction all too much. He's going to eye for pushing this shield with this turret.
Test us. You won't be sorry. Our infantry is felled. Vehicle weaponry upgrade secured.
He's starting to get some vehicle weapon upgrades. That's probably very nice. He is approaching enough work position and power for Deathstorm drop pod. But with this army approaching his base, he's going to have significant trouble trying to defeat this.
Our holy standard is cast.
Electric wall is now up. The electric wall, doesn't that also soak shots up, preventing anything from firing that direction? And absorb shots, yeah, so that's quite potent dealing with all these tanks. You got all these servitors engaged in the melee, but they're going to get ripped apart. Does have enough for a Deathstorm drop pod. The banner has been called down. Not exactly sure where. I see the orbital strikes. Oh, here it is. It's going to hit those landmines, but the force shield generator will absorb as much shot. You could actually take out the big track. That's quite important. Takes out one of the big tracks. You got the electric wall being deployed up, but it doesn't stop the far angle of the Annihilator. The Annihilator, of course, does have more damage. You got Chaplain Diomedes ready to lead by example. Large wave of rockets hitting this Annihilator. It would be forced back by the 2 elite units, but getting ripped apart the Storm Boys.
Deathstorm drop pod readying.
He's going to go for a Deathstorm drop pod. He is approaching enough requisition for another one. Overall, relatively superior economy by the Orc player at the moment. Though some of these points are not activated. In fact, I don't think any of them are. This one might, but there's no resource generator points on it.
We've completed a power generator.
You got this Warg Tower initiated. We'll clean up that other big track that's quite important. You got a mine drop in this general area. We'll get a couple good hits. Predator Annihilator will get cleaned up by the rockets of the tank busters, and I think that may have been also a turret. A shot. It looked like a lad cannon shot to me. Vortex grenade will cover a retreat. Commando Knob is going to try to perhaps try to take out this one, but he does not have. Oh, actually, does have quite a little health left. Trying to set up a stun trap. We'll probably claim this one. Team Iron Maw will be left up to die. Stun trap does fail.
Preparing servitor for deployment. Preparing predator destructor for deployment.
And 2 Deathstorm drop pods are now available. In fact, he has a huge amount of resources. You can go ahead and get a third one if you would like.
Servitor deployed.
He's going to need a lot more than 3 servitors to repair up these tanks. Chaplain Diomede is just barely managed escaping death for the moment.
Westward.
Commando Knob is just not as fast. Will in fact find a shot and get a kill.
Predator destructor deployed. Servitor deployed. Vehicle repair order is underway. Weapons charged for orbital bombardment.
Orbital bombardment's now available, but he is approaching CP, well, in the elite points for Imperial Knight Solaris in comparison. Just needs another 3 more. After 15 seconds, then you'll need 3 more.
Predator Annihilator en route.
We got a number of Kilocons. Kilocons do have great burst potential even against vehicles, since they do have up to 6 rocket pods when upgraded.
Preparing servitor for deployment.
One more servitors coming out. We're also going to see some TAC Marines for additional defense. You could always go for a Devastator squad just to provide some suppression. Oh, TAC Marines are being built by Orbital Relay. That's why. Another Predator Destructor. He's going to focus on a very mechanized base army, but we'll need, I would say, another 4 servitors. This is just not enough servitors to maintain all these repairs. They just repair very slowly.
Look northeast.
Oh, there goes that servitor. He found the Kilocons and their 12 rockets. Or 11. This guy still has 1. Cheap bastard. Not using up all your rockets. We got this WOG concert being initiated.
Calling off reinforcements.
Calling off reinforcements. Huh, I'm not so sure what that was about. He's going to split his tanks. We'll hit these generators. And you have this entire force being cycled around, while in actuality these guys are still damaged. So he needs to retreat these guys back now. But of course he doesn't see into the fog of war. He's starting to reverse move away. But we do got this power WOG concert providing some very potent movement speed. The other tanks are starting to come in. We do got 2 Deathstorm drop pods being dropped for defense. However, this electric wall will be initiated, and they both instantly get killed. This Annihilator may in fact get cleaned up. The Ork cores are slowing him down. We do got the big track along the flanks, but they do claim one of the Predators, but one of them significantly damaged of its own. Another Predator in fact goes down. The banner is still up for another 20 seconds. Look at the Death Dread.
Predator destructor en route. A servitor is en route.
Another 4 or 5 minutes until the Imperial Knight Solaris will be deployed. And that may be a trump card to win the game. He's currently on the backhand in this entire game. He's been having lack of resources. Servitor will in fact hold this generator and perhaps just allow it to get destroyed.
Deathwatch kill team awaits invitation.
Deathwatch being deployed earlier rather than later. Most likely eyeing to get the rocket launchers.
Preparing Predator Annihilator for deployment. Servitor deployed.
More and more Predators are now being built. Not a big surprise. Could go ahead and get some Devastators. Because they only, if I remember correctly, they only cost requisition and probably be a good amount of suppression on these squads.
Servitor for deployment.
He has plenty of requisition to afford it.
Servitor deployed. Predator Annihilator deployed. Engine and Annihilator ready.
All the vehicle upgrades have been researched. You can always give power swords to assault marines.
Tactical Marine Squad deployed.
The turret will get cleaned up, however, the generators have not been destroyed. Ooh, finds a landmine. It shows some big track landmines here and there. For example, these ones still laid down, so if the buildings just go off cooldown, he could go just start spamming them out everywhere, just to help slow down his opponent. Forward Wog Tower has been initiated. Purdue got a huge charge in. He may be forced to use a nuke. He is actually he is a minute and 30 seconds away from getting Imperial Knight Solaris. If you can get down Imperial Knight Solaris at the right moment, it'd be quite important. Kill Team Armor needs to use fall back. Various Predator tanks along the flanks, and I'm going to sneeze. Kill Team Armor and Chaplain Diomedes does manage to get out. However, the big track is very close to death.
Test us. You won't be sorry.
And there's a number of tank busters out in the field. We got a significant amount of power float, so you can go ahead and get another Predator tank.
Destructor for deployment.
He also is probably going to eye up to 500, well, 150 power for the Deathstorm drop pods.
A new drop pod bay is online. Wouldst thou cast the holy standard?
I want to say one upgrade of resource point here. We've just now seen the activated point.
A listening post has been targeted by our foes. Servitor deployed. Our elite battle brothers are ready to deploy at your word.
Imperial Knight Solaris cannot be dropped in. I think he knows he has available Imperial Knight Solaris, and the fact that it's been a significant amount of time since he last seen any orbital strike. There's most likely a good chance he is expecting to see her sooner rather than later. She can be a quite powerful unit, seeing she is the final tier. However, we do got this significant force,
Enemy force has
huge amount of rockets.
northwards.
Instantly destroy those attack marines. These attack marines are very close to death. Imperial Knight Solaris has been dropped in. We do also got the banner. Imperial Knight Solaris should start eyeing on a huge rocket barrage in the area, or if not, the big gun. Big track may in fact go down. Yes, it does. Mega Knob will not. Imperial Chaplain Diomedes is now out on the field leading by example. We got Commando Knob getting cleaned up. Failed flank. Chaplain Diomedes will in fact go down.
Power generator is ready.
Of course, he does have that last stand ability, which just activated, making him temporarily invulnerable. You got a Dreadnought being researched and a Deathstorm drop pod. Those may be available during this engagement, but this is going to be a huge fight. The Imperial Knight Solaris' Iron Storm missiles are now available. They are in range. She should go ahead and throw them down. Behind these tank buster squads, do got a huge flank of these annihilators with destructor tanks, and an overall huge sweeping gains by the Imperial, by the Space Marine player. It is down just a turret. There's no more big tracks. There's hardly any defense. There's a couple elite units, but they can't do much versus this armored assault. do get another big track out on the field. The big track just doesn't really have the damage to deal with armor. These annihilators are very potent. Turret going ahead and getting some very good damage. I should try to eye hitting this unit. Rocks, the big rock will be coming in shortly. The turret does in fact go down. We do got Dreadnought being dropped in. Power core has now sustaining heavy amounts of damage. Go ahead and initiate power core shelter. We do in fact have the Imperial Knight Iron Storm rockets coming on it, and this is the end of the replay. Enemy power core is at 10%. Very useful at this moment. This is Agion saying thank you for watching and signing off.